Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today's webinar, Real-Time Daily Trading Ideas. My name is Erwin Radoszewski. I'm speaking to you from our German office in the heart of Berlin. Today we want to speak about ideas, strategies, screening the markets and answering your questions. Before we start the main webinar, I will show you the risk disclaimer. Please be aware that Forex and CFDs are leverage products. The leverage effect can work for you and against you. You should always be aware the risk is in trading leverage products and testing the trading in Forex and CFDs in a demo account before you start live. Here you can see the schedule of the week. Today is Marco's turn. And before I finish the introduction, I would like to invite you to test our products before you start in a live account. You can test our MetaTrader 4 and 5 and also the MetaTrader Supreme Edition. Please download the full package from our website. So, okay. That's all from my side, and Marcus is ready. I see you. And Marcus, I share the screen with you and the audio too. 1 second. So, Marcus, your turn.
Yes, great. Wonderful. Good morning to everybody. It's a great pleasure for me. Thanks for the introduction to my colleague in the heart of Berlin. And thank you for being here and being a part of the webinar to all our clients here. And don't forget, guys, this is your webinar. If you have any questions, type it in the chat box. So, of course, we don't have anything to hide to you. So there's no secrets in trading. The biggest secret is there isn't a secret. There doesn't exist a secret in trading. And as you can see in the slide right now, you see this is success, guys. It's not a fantasy. It's a formula. And you can use a lot of things in trading. The universe of tools is borderless. There's unbelievable. But the real challenge, maybe you know it already, is taking place in your mind. And one of the easiest approaches you can ever use is trend trading, and based on rules, of course. And it's proven, it's statistically proven positive, because a trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break. And you can see it's a probability of almost 65%. And if you make sure that the bigger time frame or the upper trend is working for you as well, the probabilities are rising to 72%. And additionally, if you use with our rules, then it rises more to almost 80% in trading. But 80% is not 100%. And if you're looking for a trading success or a trading approach for 100%, I swear to God, and I promise you, you will look for that the rest of your entire life, and you waste a lot of lifetime, guys. And that's not the part of trading. Your job is to stick to your rules. That must not be my rules. You can have whatever you want as long as you make sure that it's statistically proven positive. But if you stick to my rules, you have the guarantee that is in the long run that it is successful. So rule number 5 to 7 means where we are in the chart, outside of fair value zone, about market profile. The big picture must support us by trend divergence or resist support. And rule number 1 to 4 means how you can get into a trade with a valid trend. No trend, no trade. The majority of the trend must be young, and we want to make trading out of the correction. So we measure the last movement and we go into the trade at least 38%. And then in the correction, we work with Heikinashi. We wait for a balanced candle. So like the name is called balanced candle, it means a balance between supply and demand. And if you make sure that you have enough discipline to stick to the rules always, then it's a great opportunity, and your chance to become your dream, to make your dream come true, to make your dreams come true, that you can become a successful trader. But this is the basement, this is the basic, the real foundation that you can be successful in trading if you have rules for that. Okay, with that in our mind, let's switch to the market, guys. And let's have a look at the Dow Jones first of all. And you see we have so bad and worse times. The last days we had a sharply drop down, but now we see a stabilization around about 25,350 points. Yesterday we saw that balance candles. On today the futures shows a little bit higher prices. So, but basically we are in an uptrend as well. So let me draw it for you that you can follow my thoughts. So we started very, very deep, movement, correction, movement, or this one, movement, correction. You see it's always the same, trust the trend, movement, correction, then up to the almost all-time highs, 26,708, and then we saw actually this almost 100% of correction. But guys, the trend is still valid because we didn't see a close below the last 0.3, the last low here. So, but now maybe we will see the next trend continuation the upper side, but there are a lot of resistance on that track because first of all we see the point of high above in front of our face and the point of control is below of us. So that's the fairest price roundabout here at in daily chart Dow Jones. We have the fairest price. Let's see here, come on, 25,652 points. So as long as we cannot reach or cannot continue that trend, we must assume that the price will go back. And in my opinion, I guess we will see a little bit next shot, the next try to cope that challenge, to cope, go over above the point of high. But if we will fail there, we must assume that the price go back to the point of control. So actually, we must assume that we see a trend continuation. So we can use that situation, for example, in hourly chart to make a long trend. So as you can see, we still have a long trend, and now we are a little bit below the current point of control in hourly chart, and you can see we reached already and we are circling around the point of control here right now, because here we are placed at 25,673 points. But the trend continuation, guys, is always more likely than the trend break. And this means the same picture a little bit in daily chart. So if you will see a trend continuation in hourly chart, we reached the point of high. Look at this one. We reached the point of high here, 25,902. So that means there's a chance to make a long trade in hourly chart with the target here in that black rectangle here, and maybe to reach the last highs here, almost the point of high in hourly chart. So basically, we see a little bit calm in the trading things in USA and between China and USA and so on. And yeah, let's say we'll see. But based on the rules, we have a trend. Actually, we are in the red zone, but the trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. So let me answer your questions, please. First of all, can you still put the link to the indicator you put there last week? Thank you very much. Yeah, of course, I want you to do that. Let's see, here we are. That's the link. Put it in the chat box. That's a link to that's a market profile indicator. Because you know, in my opinion, trend and price are the two most important things you can use for trading, because it's nature. That's the nature of trading. Trend based on movement and correction, and the price, because we are trading prices and not Dow Jones. We trade the price of one contract of Dow Jones. With that in our mind, it's more easy to make trades. So I have looked at your website and have some questions. If it's possible to have your emails, I can ask more about the Dow Light version. Yes, of course. That's my in the chat box. You see my email. It's info@dowhow-trading.com. Okay, let's have a look at the Nasdaq, because we want to make market overview. So Nasdaq, just first of all, daily chart, and here we have a different situation, because okay, we have an uptrend. You can see now we are in the correction, Same situation like in Dow, stabilization here, and a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. So we have a new all-time high, 7859, and a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. But of course, the point of control in NASDAQ, our daily chart is placed 6899. So let's see what will happen. If we cannot overcome to that last highs, we must assume that the price will go back. But actually, we are on a long trend in a correction, and we can assume that we will see a trend continuation. How we can use that in hourly chart for our swing traders? Yes, to see we are in a trend, but unfortunately we are within the red zone. And I don't make trades within the red zone, but unfortunately it's too late for make a trend. But if you say, I don't care about that, I want to make that trade, okay, it's a situation you can use because you see the trend, you saw the correction, but do we have all our rules? Let's see, guys. Measures the last movement. Up here. No, it's forbidden to make a trade there. Why? What's rule number 3? What's rule number 3? 3 means the correction must at least 38%, and it didn't work. So we interrupt that last correction. That means no trade. Never break the rules, guys. This is one of the biggest challenges in trading. It looks like so amazing, and I have the feeling I want to jump in the fucking trade right now because it works for me, but you will break your rules. You will, excuse me that word, but you will fuck yourself. Sorry for that, but that's the only word I have in my mind. If you break your rules, you punish yourself, you pain yourself on the long run. Not yet, maybe it will be a success, but you cannot repeat it. And you can only be successful in trading if you stick to rules and if you make sure that you never will break the rules. On the long run, on a short run, okay, sometimes you can be successful, but it's an accident then. And its accidents are not repeatable on a long run side. So please have that in your mind and stop breaking your rules. At itself, it's not a problem because you can get back money back from the chart, but you lose your lifetime and you won't get back 1 second of your lifetime. Not at all. Okay, let's see gold, for example. Otherwise, you have some wishes, type it in the chat box. We can talk about it. It's your webinar, and we do it for you. Thanks for Admiral Markets that we can do that for you, priceless here. I hope you learned something for your own trading. So here we are. Gold, we have a downtrend, a bigger downtrend. But we can see here a little bit uptrend as well. Look, this one, movement, correction, 110% correction. Now we are in the move. And now we will see a great opportunity. If the price will go down and will stabilize here at the point of control, and we will see here a balance candle. Oh my God, then it's a great chance to make a long trade in daily chart. That's a big opportunity. So look at this one, put it in your watch list. Gold maybe is a great chance in daily chart. If you will see a stabilization at the point of control with a balance candle. What is a balance candle? Look at this one. This is a balance candle. So this is a balance candle, for example. A small body and shadow on the up or the low side. This is a balance candle here. And balance candles are occurring most of the times at the end of a move or at the end of the correction. At the end of a move or at the end of the correction. And it means the balance between supply and demand. And you can use it because the market is barking to you. The market barking in your ears and say to you what you have to do. Your job is to listen to the market, trend and price. So gold is a great, amazing chance, maybe for the next days. Okay, Gert, I will do that for you. Brent oil, let's see. How about a daily chart? Oh, bad. That looks really bad. Unless you are long and engaged in that trend, then it's good for you. So, but in my opinion, first of all, I make sure I want to figure out where I am about the trend and about the price. So, day trading. What do we have here? Of course, an uptrend. We were in the move, 75.70. We saw the correction, and now we are on track to continue the trend to the upper side. Maybe that's the trend. But, and that is the real but at that, the point of control is placed below us, $60, almost $61. And we are within the red zone. So if you're looking for a new entry, I wouldn't do that because we are too far away from the point of control. We have the point of high in front of our face. I wouldn't do that at that point. And of course, we are within the red zone. So I would see, and I would that situation use for myself, if we will see a resist here, maybe at the point of high, or a double bottom at 75.70. And then I would try to get into a short trend by hourly chart, of course. So that's my opinion about Brent. Is important the color of balanced candles, Florina? Not really, not really. It must be as small as possible. So, but it's a benefit if it's the real color. So, for example, we will see but here in that you see the balance candle here in Brent oil. You see that here. You can see one red and one green. Doesn't matter. Don't care about that. But in most of the times, it's not really important that you see the right color, but it's more important that it's a small body, and a really small body, and exactly in the middle of that balance candle. It is the body above or below. It's not a balance candle, and it's a completely other. So look at this one. This is a balance candle. Great. So you see, it's a green body, but don't care. The market dropped down. It shows you balance. So sometimes you have green, sometimes you have red. It's always a little bit more benefit about the probabilities. You have the right color, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about that. Okay? So great stuff. It's really important to ask. So thanks, Frilio, for that great question. Okay, Euro US dollar. Of course, where we are in daily chart, please make it to your own work style. If you want to figure out the trade or trade opportunity, make sure where are you in the trend and where are you about the price. So in trend, in Euro US dollar, for example, we are on a short trend, but we are within a short trend. Now we are in the correction. So the correction means a trend continuation to the lower side is always more likely than a ramp break. But on the other hand, you can see where we are. We are within the red zone. We don't make trades within the red zone. So if you see the great support zone here, look at this one on that side. This is a great support zone, always. Support or resist. It's an important price zone. And the point of control is placed above of us. So in Euro US dollar, we have a point of control at 130, almost 114. So no trading chance for me in Euro US dollar. Yes, I can, but only in English. This is an English webinar. Okay, let's see about DAX, of course. Where is the DAX? Do we have the DAX? Yes, here we are. So DAX is where we have expiry day tomorrow, a little bit today as well. So where we are in an uptrend, and the correction ran almost. Look at this one. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Look at this one. We had a high 12,446. We are within the red zone. That's the bad point. But look at this one. We reached almost the last point two. Amazing. The last point two were placed at 11,822, and you reached the last low 814 in daily chart. It's amazing. That's 8 points in daily chart. That's nothing. So I can say we reached the last point to pinpoint, exactly pinpoint. So what we do have now, we have a trend continuation right now. But the bad thing is we have the point of control in front of our face, and that's not really, really good. So in that point, that situation, if you have the point of control in front of you, so then it's like a resist. And then we must assume that we will see falling prices. If we cannot cope, if you cannot overcome by close above the point of control, and we have the point of control 12,190 points. So write it down, that's the real point of control. That's the fairest price to the last 3 years, actually. And you can see the point of control didn't switch a lot. So the last switch of the point of control were at June last year, almost 1 year ago. We saw the last switch of the point of control up here from it's 10,000 up to here 12,190. Here we are. That's the fairest price to the last 3 years. And now it works like a resist. Maybe if we can cope it, and if you can overcome the point of control with a close, then we can assume that we will see a trend continuation to the upper side. That's speculation, but it's a trend, and we are within the red zone. I would make a trade there. So let's see let's see the hourly chart. The hourly chart is now in a new uptrend. Movement, correction, movement, correction. And as you can see, that's an amazing other stuff. We ended with the correction almost exactly at the point of high. But actually, we are still in the green upper zone. Green upper zone means unfair price. Fair price in hourly chart is placed 11,501. What does it mean for me as a trader? I wouldn't make a long trend, of course not. Maybe we will see a little bit higher prices, and then the daily chart helps us again. Point of control, what do we see? 12,190. That's the resist of the point of control, maybe. And that means 12,190 means we are maybe here, round about there. So here, that's maybe there we will see the resist. And then here, I would look for a downtrend to go back to the point of control. So for me, no long, I would wait. I'm standing on the sideline and watching the market. If we will see the next short, then we can go down to the point of control. That's my opinion about the market. So I hope, and put on your watch list all Japanese pairs, as you can see. Unfortunately, we had a drawdown phase this week with 4 losers in the row. Oh, that's a really bad thing, but I'm so grateful about that. And maybe you're thinking that guy's completely crazy, he's grateful for the drawdown phase. Yes, of course, because every no takes us closer to the next yes of the market. So we need drawdown phases, we need the losers in the market as long as you stuck to the rules. So be grateful for every technical correct loser, because every no of the market takes you closer to the next yes. And this is a great opportunity in all Japanese yen currencies. Wait for a trend. We had a lot of space to go up to there. Thanks for your time, guys. I wish you a great rest of the day, rest of the week. Thanks for Admiral Markets for being in the webinar. And yes, take care and be careful about your thoughts, because you know they are the beginning of your actions and deeds. Back in the heart of Berlin.
Thank you very much, Marcus, and thank you very much for your overview of the markets for today. And I would like to say bye-bye and see you tomorrow morning, I think so, on the Point 10 webinar. And yeah, Marcus, see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.